Hello and welcome. My name is Stefan Czech. I'm living in Germany. I'm a DOP Steadicam operator and filmmaker. And today I want to have a closer look on the newest device from Atomos. First things first. In December 2012 I show how the Atomos Ninja 2 field recorder works perfectly together with the Canon EOS C100. Especially when the Ninja 2 brings additional high-quality recording codecs to the C100 and bring this really nice, affordable camera to a broadcast level. In April 2013, Canon released a new firmware update for the 5D Mark III and cleared the way to record externally the clean HDMI signal right out of this camera. And both cameras, the C100 and the 5D Mark III, are HDMI cameras, so work perfectly together with the Ninja 2. In August 2013, Atomos released the Samurai Blade. The Samurai Blade is made for a connection via HD SDI, so more for the professional world. But beside the difference in the connections, the monitor is the biggest difference between the Ninja 2 and the Samurai Blade. The Samurai Blade had a 5-inch IPS touchscreen monitor with a resolution of 325 dpi, the same like the new iPad, with a resolution of 1280 by 720. In the February of 2014, Atomos released the newest device, the Atomos Ninja Blade. The Atomos Ninja Blade brings the HDMI from the Ninja 2 together with a gorgeous screen from the Samurai Blade. And the screen has another really advantage. It can use the alpha channel. And with the alpha channel we get a waveform monitor for RGB or for the Luma Parade and the vector scope with zoom. The Luma overlay shows the level of brightness from an input source and make it clear where the overexposed or the dark areas are in the image. Low value indicates that's an underexposed area, while high value indicates overexposed area. But as all other Atomos devices, the Ninja 2, the Samurai Blade and also the Ninja Blade had some other additional functions. Monitor functions, they help while recording. There is the peaking, there is the zebra, the false color and the blue only. The color of the peaking is adjustable, so you can set it to your need. Also, the zebra value is adjustable. Everything with a tip of your finger. The false color gives you an overview over the exposure, if it's over or underexposed. The blow-only exposure displays a black and white image that is based on the blue channel of the input signal, used to observe the noise content of the video image and to judge the overall exposure quality. The enable of the safe area grid lines help you with the framing of your shot. With the tip of your finger on the bottom left corner of the main screen, you came to the audio monitoring levels and audio options of the Ninja Blade. On the left side you see the audio levels of the digital HDMI signal. So if you record with the Canon C100 for instance on a Ninja Blade, you see here your audio levels. Here also you can adjust the analog gain in up to 12 dB. But when you record with the 5D Mark III from Canon for instance, there is no audio coming over the HDMI into the Ninja Blade. And this is because Canon said the bandwidth of the camera is not high enough to deliver video and audio at the same time over HDMI. So if you want to record the sound recording over the mic in the camera, you have to go another way. You have to put a cable into your 5D Mark III in the headphone jack and go into the analog in of the Ninja Blade. A much better way to record your audio with the DSLRs is of course with an external audio recorder like the Zoom H4 or H6. In this way record everything in the Zoom and then go with a cable over the line out of the Zoom directly in the Ninja Blade, and then you have a good solid audio quality. But on the right side we see we have a really important feature on the Ninja Blade. It's the audio delay. We have a slightly delay over the HDMI for the video signal. It means that when you record audio and video together, the video signal came over the HDMI a little bit delayed. For this you can set the audio delay here in this option. From my experience, for a Canon 5D Mark III, you're really good with 7 to 8 frames of delay. When you play by these rules, your video and audio will be absolutely lip synced. The Ninja Blade came with a really nice rugged carry case, with enough space for everything you need in the field. And the Ninja Blade came with one battery, is a NP570 battery, a single battery charger, also with 2 battery adapters. One adapter is for Canon LP E6 batteries and the other for Nikon EN EL15 batteries. So it's possible to use the batteries of your DSLR to power up the Atomos Ninja Blade. A master caddy docking station with USB 3 to bring all the footage from the storage device into your computer very fast. A 9-volt AC battery eliminator for powering up in a car, for instance, and a LAN C serial loop cable. And of course 2 master caddies. There's only 3 things you need: a camera, a HDMI cable and a storage device. The storage device may be an SSD or even a normal HDD, a normally spinning hard drive. Inexpensive hard drives. This is one of the key features of the recorder from Atomos, that you can use for most of your shots normal spinning hard drives. A hard drive with 500 gigabytes for approximately €50 with the ability to record ProRes in the lowest compression with 220 Mbits in 10-bit 4:2 color space for 5 hours. If you're looking for recommended drives, please visit the Atomos website, atomos.com, discovery what drives. For all the details how you set up your 5D Mark III or the Canon C100, please take a little bit of time and visit my podcast I produced before, because all the protocols are the same for the Ninja Blade. Now I want to have a closer look on 2 specific features. First of them is the vector scope. I'm pretty sure that everybody of you knows what a vector scope is and how you work with them. But for the few people they don't know how to use it, I want to show it in really quick. The problem on digital cameras is always the white balance. So for the white balance you have 2 choices. One choice is to guess. The other one is to measure. The problem with guessing is it depends on your screen, on your camera. I know my camera, I know the 5D Mark III really, really well. And I know that what I see on the screen is definitely not the same what the camera records. So the picture on the back side of the camera shows me the picture a little bit more bluish, more colder. When I guess the white balance is perfect, I can be sure that it's not when I record it. The other way is to measure, and for this the vector scope come into the game. And it's really easy to measure the right white balance with the vector scope. For this I put a neutral gray in front of my lens. Then I hit the button for the vector scope. In the center there is the cross. The cross means the 0 point, the neutral point. And for the perfect white balance I want everything perfect in the middle. To bring the spike in the center of the vector scope, I adjust the white balance in the camera over the Kelvin. And in a second I have measured my neutral gray point and set my white balance perfect. But also from the hardware side, the Ninja Blade brings a lot of things we need in a production setup. On the back side of the Ninja Blade are space for 2 batteries. This is the continuous power dual battery system. For the perfect rigging on the camera, the Ninja Blade has a mounting thread on the top and on the bottom of the body. You can use this for several mounting options, like on a magic arm or on a ball head directly on your camera. The Samurai Blade and the Ninja Blade are the world's first portable recorder that features the one-screen color calibration. It means with the Atomos Spider from Data Color, you are able to calibrate your field monitor. First we have to download and to install the Atomos Calibrator software. Then we put the Atomos Spider and Atomos Lens adapter cable via USB into our computer. After starting the software, we see there is no device recognized. Then we plug in the lens cable into the Ninja Blade. After this, we start the calibration. We have to ensure that the spider sitting right flat on the screen of the Ninja Blade. After approximately 2 minutes, the procedure is complete. Now we see the result and we see how much the calibrator adjusts the Ninja Blade now. And on the curves we see everything is okay now. It's recommended to calibrate the device every 2 months. Now you have the choice between 3 really exciting field recorder and monitor. The Ninja 2 in the entrance level for €545 plus tax is a really good value when the recording in a better quality, in a better codec and a longer recording time is the main issue. The Ninja Blade with a list price of €749 plus tax is the absolutely king when it comes down to HDMI recording and a perfect field monitor. The Samurai Blade with €995 plus tax is the option for HD SDI cameras. But nevertheless, if you choose the Ninja Blade now and then you need the options for HD SDI, that's not a problem. The same as for the Samurai Blade, you can use the converter, the HDMI to SDI converter or the other way around. For the last 6 months I used the Samurai Blade with the H2S converter, so the Samurai Blade works perfectly with my 5D Mark III together. So it's depend on your need. If you're working only with camera with HDMI, the Ninja 2 or the Ninja Blade are the perfect device. If you're working with HD SDI cameras, the Samurai Blade is the first choice. If you want to use the Atomos in both worlds, then decide which kind of camera to use mostly and then choose the Ninja Blade or the Samurai Blade as the main component and then choose the right connector for the other world. As a conclusion, you can say from the recording side, all the 3 devices are absolutely even, absolutely the same. So if you record on a Ninja 2 or a Samurai Blade or a Ninja Blade, the recording quality and all the functions are absolutely the same. Difference is in connectivity and of course in the screen and in the options. And one last thing I really like on the Ninja Blade and on the Samurai Blade, when you're shooting in a really flat profile like C-Log, S-Log or on the Cinecolor on the 5D Mark III for instance, the picture looks really flat from the contrast and from the saturation. For this you can switch between C-Log or Rec 709. In this mode the picture looks more contrasty, more saturated. But it only looks in this way, so you record it as you adjust your camera. But with this you get a much better idea of how the picture looks when it is graded. Now we are at the end of this short introducing of the new Atomos Ninja Blade. I hope you enjoy this podcast, get some answers for your questions. Probably you see there is a lot of options out there. If you take the Ninja 2, the Ninja Blade or Samurai Blade, depends on your need on the camera you used mainly. But with the Ninja Blade, Atomos fill the gap between the lower entrance level of the Ninja 2 and the Samurai Blade. If you like this podcast, probably you want to visit my website stefanczech.de or .com, or you want to visit my channel in YouTube or Vimeo and find some other useful podcasts I produce for different kind of tools for the filmmaking. But always keep in mind, these are tools, powerful tools, tools to tell the story better, faster, easier for you. But always keep in mind, story is king. With this and best regards, your Stefan Czech.